Welcome to another episode. I am Brian, the Unskilled Commander. And this is match 3 of Best of. So, to recap real quick, these 4 decks won 2 out of 3 of their matches in earlier games from prior episodes. I decided to put them together against each other to see which one would come out on top. If you've watched the other episodes, you'll know that Shrines has won the first 2 matches. We'll see what happens in the third, but that basically means Shrines is my best deck, even though, as we always say, it doesn't do anything like that when against real people. But alright, the first episode, if you know from this set, was like a ridiculous 2 hours, which I'm still annoyed with, and yet, which is like the longest episode so far. Meanwhile, match 2 was an hour, which is one of the shortest episodes of Unskilled Commanders so far. Let's hope that this can just be like a nice happy medium and maybe like an hour and 15 or something. So to that end, 3, okay. Let's just jump right in. We're going to have Shrines go first, which, might not be the best move, but actually this starting hand is not great. So we're going to play a mountain for turn, and that is it. Pass. Gonna draw a card, Terramorphic Expanse, cracking it for an island. And then we will pass once that island is on the field and we've shuffled. Now I have to admit, Landfall has a very interesting, really possibly cool opening hand. It's not what you think, but when I went through it, I'm like, oh, this could actually be fun. This could be quick. So let's see. Pass turn. Draw a card for turn. Going to play Golgari Guildgate, comes in tapped. And pass turn. Draw for turn. Oops. Zagoth Triome comes in tapped, but does access 3 colors, which is nice. Pass turn. Draw a card. Okay, it's not a land, and it's a color I don't have. I'm playing an island for turn. See, this is... I probably should have mulliganed that hand to try and get a better spread of colors, or at least cards that would use the colors, whatever colors I had. But it had 3 lands, which is I try to have that be my basis. If it's 3 lands, it's playable. But yeah, this, I think Shrines is... I'm trying not to have it take a dive, but I was like, you know what? I don't want to, optimize when we've seen it run well twice. We don't need to have it go off a third time if it doesn't naturally happen. So we're going to pass, and now we're going to get into something funky. I'm going to go ahead and play a forest for turn. I'm going to tap both to play Summer Bloom. You may play up to 3 additional lands this turn. I'm going to tap 1, 2, 3, and then tap those 3 for Cultivate, right? Up to 3 additionals. Yeah, and then we're going to go and get another an island and a forest and another island if I can find one. There we go. Then I will shuffle up. So as you can see, that was a heck of a fast ramp. That was really, really good because what I drew was mostly lands. I drew like 5 lands in that opening hand, but the opening hand had Summer Bloom. I'm like, ooh, that could actually work. We'll put the forest into my hand, the island onto the battlefield. So now, look what we've just set up. We are ready to bring Aisi out on turn 3. That is unprecedented for me and the deck. And I'm excited to see if the deck can keep that engine going and blast through some stuff. We'll see. Pass turn. Untap, upkeep, draw. I'm going to play a Necro Blossom Snarl. It enters tapped unless you may reveal a swamp. I will reveal a swamp or forest. Otherwise, it'll come in tapped. So then I tap both for Naga Vitalist. So 1/2 snake, Naga Druid, but you tap it to add mana, add to your mana pool 1 mana of any type that a land you control could produce. So it's basically just like a little creature mana ramp, mana dork to help have blockers and speed up Chatterfang a little bit. We're going to pass. Untap, upkeep, draw. Sandsteep Citadel comes in tapped, unfortunately, but I've got some good cards coming up, so turn 3 on this deck will be also nice. So let's see what happens. Pass turn. Do I get a good color? Wow, no. Another mountain. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Tapping at the door, but I can't play anything. At least, I mean, whatever. I drew another mountain on top of this, so that's 2 colors. Most of the cards in this hand are not. They're all green. And the commander's green. But I do have 1 red card that I can play next turn when I have 4 mana. So we'll see. Pass turn. And it might screw some of these things up. We'll see. Going to untap, draw. First things first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. IEC. Oh, shoot, I can't do that. Good, I can do that, though. I will play a forest for turn. I get to draw a card because I played a forest. I can play another... Well, because I played a land. I get to play an additional land on each of my turns. I will play the forest I just drew and draw another card. Okay. Oh, actually, no, I apologize. I'm still going to play a land and still draw that card I just drew, but what I will be playing is I'll be playing Jungle Basin, bouncing the untapped forest to my hand. That way, that maximizes the amount of mana I'm going to have next turn. Okay, that's all I can do here. We're going to pass, but that's incredible. Getting IEC out that fast is really promising, but we've seen the deck stall out with mana, so we'll see. Draw a card for turn. Okay. I will play a swamp and tap all 3 for cultivate. Gonna go get forest onto the battlefield tapped and then another forest into my hand. Shuffle up against the deck. For those of you of the Sesame Street fan base variety, this goes into my hand. I can swing with my little 1/1 or 1/2 rather. I don't know that it's necessary, but sure. Well, I'll just ping you for 1 just because it's funny. I don't think it's funny, but fine, I'll take it. Untap, upkeep, draw. I'm going to play a Plains for turn, tapping all 3 for Worn Power Stone, which does come in tapped, unfortunately. That's all I can do right now. We're going to pass. Draw, is it a land? It is not, and it's a green spell. Thanks, deck. 1, 2, 3, 4 for Stranglehold. Your opponents cannot search libraries, and if an opponent would take an extra turn, they skip that extra turn. This is going to be a tricky one, because anytime... Now, that's going to really shut off a lot of effects from IEC, when it's like, I have a lot of spells that are like, go get a land out of your library. No searching. So that's going to be detrimental to that deck. And we just have to try and remember every time any of those kind of gets. That's a good thing that we played Cultivate early on both of these, because anything that says get something out of your library, you can't because of Stranglehold. Pass turn. Untap, upkeep, draw. Well, let's see. What we got? Okay. 1, 2, 3 for Azusa, Lost But Seeking. 1, 2, and you may play 2 additional lands on each of your turns. Then I'm going to tap 1, 2, 3 for Ramunap Excavator. 2, 3, you may play lands from your graveyard. That's going to be fun. I'm going to play a forest for turn, for first land for turn, drawing a card. I get to play another land off of IEC. I will play another forest. I get to draw a card. I get to play 2 additional lands on each of my turns, and I can play lands from my graveyard. See, but I can't. That's Terramorphic Expanse. Can't search my library. because of Stranglehold, so that negates that ability really good, which is upsetting. And I drew a Kodama's Reach, which would be nice, but can't do it. Let's see, we can do this. We have 4 mana. Interesting, what is that? Okay. All right. We're gonna tap all, actually, oh sweet. I only need to tap 2 because mutate cost. I'm gonna actually mutate Parcel Beast on top of poor Azusa. That's like a, oh, that's kind of borderlines of a Full Metal Alchemist thing going there. You know, it's like poor innocent girl and a beast mutated together into a chimera. But it says I can pay 1 and tap it. Not right now because it has Summoning Sickness. Look at the top card of your library. If it's a land, goes on the battlefield. If it's not, put it in your hand. So that's nice, a way to get around Stranglehold and keep getting lands. All right, so Ayesi has been on the turn for a thing, so I'm going to swing 5 at you because you know what? You're stopping me from doing a lot of what this deck is meant to do. So that's going to be 5 damage, down to 35, right off the bat. And that is 5 Commander. We'll use my awesome, incredibly heavy extra life D20. And 5 Commander damage. Unfortunately, I do have a 2-drop, but it's not 2 green. It's a blue and a green, so I can't play it. We're going to pass. Speed Magic. Go, go, go. Untap. Upkeep. Draw. Okay, come on. I'll play the Forest for turn. We're going to go 1, 2, 3 for Chatterfang. Now, do I have a 2-drop? I do, actually. Green and 1 other to play Squirrel Sovereign. Other squirrels, here we'll pair these up. Other squirrels get +1/+1. So Chatterfang is now 4/4. I actually did have, technically I had 3 mana, but no 3 mana things, that's fine. These are Summoning Sickness. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and, well, I'm going to ding you again. Because, you know, they're, you know, playing footsies over there. I'll ding you one more time. You're poking the bear, dude. Stop it. All right, pass turn, untap, upkeep, and some drawing. I'm going to tap Worn Power Stone for 2, and then 2 more to play Thran Dynamo. I'm going to tap Thran Dynamo for Ragrin Crystal. Some decent ramp there, huh? I'm also going to play Mystic Monastery, comes in tap, so boom, we are getting poised and ready for next turn to play Ramos and maybe even something else, depending on mana. Excuse me. But that's all I can do right now, so we're going to pass. Untap, upkeep, draw. Oh, no. Oh, it's opponents. Nice. So, Evolving Wilds. I can search my library, so we're going to crack that for a green. Boom, it's right there. Unfortunately, it goes on the battlefield tapped. So that will slow us down till next turn. But I should not have to discard, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, excellent, because the Evolving Wilds went straight to the battlefield. Yeah, there's definitely nothing I can play out of this hand. I need that green desperately. Pass turn. Untap. Upkeep. No upkeep triggers. Draw. Well, unfortunately, that's a search. I can't do that. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mana total. Sweet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, easy. 5, 6, 7. For Mulla. Yondu's favorite phrase. Mulla. Maro Sorcerer. His power and toughness are equal to the number of lands you control, and he has trample. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's a 9/9. We will put this here. I know you're not supposed to, but it's just visually with 4 decks I'm running. I don't care. I'm going to do that. I don't have any lands in my hand, but I can play this. A blue and a green for Zimone Quadrix Progeny. I can do similar things, so I will do that off of the Parcel Beast. I'm going to tap Parcel Beast to look at the top card of my library. Is it a land? It's not, but it goes into my hand. Sweet. Yeah. We're going to send Ayesi at you again. Wait, where did it go? Oh, no, it went over here. Yeah. It's going over here, so that's going to be another 10. Or another 5, up to 10, rather. Pardon my galoshes for being incorrect there. So we are down to 30 life and 10 commander damage already. 3 more hits and Shrines is over with. Especially 2 more if I can beef him up somehow. Pass turn. Untap, upkeep, draw a card. Okay, I'm going to play another forest for turn. One, two, 3, 4, 5. Dray Keeper. It's a 2/2. When Dray Keeper enters the battlefield, create 2 1/1 green squirrel tokens. Chatterfang is going to basically double that essentially. And just for clarification's sake, obviously, Chatterfang makes squirrel tokens based off of other tokens, not just squirrels. So if I had a wolf deck and I was making a bunch of wolf tokens, Chatterfang would also make that many squirrel tokens. I'm just saying he's doubling them because I'm playing squirrel tokens to begin with. But he's not actually doubling anything. He's just adding 2. So in case anybody wants to be all rules police and be like, no, I don't care. I can pay 3 in a black, and squirrels you control get +1/+0 and gain menace until end of turn. And obviously you can keep pumping that. But the menace is nice because that means that they require 2 or more creatures to block each individual squirrel. Currently they're getting +1/+1, remember? So that's a nice chunk. I think I'll swing Chatterfang at you. Why not? Because you are gearing up money-wise over there. So that's a 4 commander damage. Down to 34. And 4 commander. A lot of commander damage coming from this side of the board to that side of the board. Very interesting. Pass turn. All right, the mana is real. Did I bump that again? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. Boom, Ramos, Dragon Engine. No, I didn't draw a card yet. Hang on. Untap, upkeep, draw. Sorry. Play a land for turn. Play Ramos. I still have 4 mana open. Now, what kind of mana do I have? I can do this. This is interesting. 2 green and 1 other. For Eske, God of the Tree. 1/4 Vigilance, add 1 mana of any color. Other legendary creatures you control have Vigilance and add 1 mana of any color. So it effectively turns most of the creatures in this deck into mana dorks and gives them Vigilance, which is really nice. These both have Summoning Sickness, and I do not have any 1-drops, so we're going to pass. Okay, untap, upkeep, draw. Yeah, I know I'm leaving myself open. I guess I shouldn't. It's just annoying. All right, fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. Play Ghost Shintai. I just like to ramp up the mana first before I bother with creatures, but we need to. We need the blockers to stop that commander damage. But that is all I can do, and we will pass because I did not draw any land. Nope, no land. Ooh, what am I? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, good. No discarding down. Untap. Upkeep. No upkeep triggers. Draw a card for turn. All right. We're going to tap 2 for Arcane Signet. I'm actually going to tap 1 and tap Parcel Beast to look at the top card of my library. It is land. I can play it. So it goes on the battlefield. And that doesn't even count as any of these additional land thingies. Because it just says put on the battlefield. So that means I draw a card for off of that land coming in, which is nice. Regrettably, that's still not enough to do anything. I mean, it's not a land. I will then, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. Another creature. Augur of Autumn. 2, 3. You may look at the top card of your library. You may play lands from the top of your library. As long as you control 3 or more creatures with different powers, you may cast creature spells from the top of your library. 5, 9, and 1. So definitely. So I can look at the top card. It is a land. I am playing my first land for turn. Off of IEC, I draw a card. Sweet, it's a land. I play my second land. Off of IEC, I draw a card. It is not a land, regrettably, because I still have like 2 more lands I could play off of that. However, I can still look. So I may look at the top card of my library. It is a land. I'll play it. Unfortunately, it's Evolving Wilds, which I cannot crack, but I can still play it to draw a card. Nice. This was the first additional off of her, and then I drew a card. So second additional off of her, so I draw a card. Okay. Unfortunately, that is a search your library thing. So no more triggers off of all that, although Molimo is going to be way bigger. I will tap 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3 for Territorial Scythe Cat. Really should have done that earlier. I probably missed, I definitely missed 2 chances to beef him up. My mindset was like, oh, play the lands first and draw the cards so you have all of your cards to see what you want to play. Don't waste the mana on something and then draw something much better. But I should have played it because they're landfall triggers. All right, these 3 cards all search my library, so they're kind of useless right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, however, for Ley Weaver. She is a 2/2, and I can tap her when she does not have Summoning Sickness, at least, to untap 2 target lands. So we've got quite a bit of. Now I can look at the top card of my library. It is Search Spell, which is not good. So that's not going to help me next turn. Yeah. To start with. Sorry, need a drink of water. Filming too many episodes back to back and talking too much. And I'm sure you guys don't want to hear me talking anyway, so. Yeah, jokes. Okay, so let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Molimo is now 14, 14. No, with Trample. Ah, yes. That's the kicker. Yeah, we gotta start swinging. As I've said in prior episodes, you wanna, if you start doing commander damage, it is in your best interest to continue with that when at all possible. So IEC is definitely going in this direction again. And I'm gonna send Molimo because you're still stopping me with that Stranglehold and it's annoying. Let's see. I can block IEC with the Shrine, and at least I stop the commander damage. I'm not gonna freaking lose my commander after I just got it out, so that's 14 damage though. That's a lot. 10 down to 20, and then the extra 4, that's 16. I'm already at 16 life for Shrines. And I'm not even really trying to gang up on it, but like I said, I kind of gave it a handicap unintentionally with that opening hand. It had an island and 2 mountains, and most of the cards were green. You kind of hope you're going to draw into more colors, or at least mana rocks that fix it. It didn't happen soon enough. So there we are. But like I told you, I didn't want to shuffle it away and mulligan and then get like a really great hand and just have Shrines go off again super early. That's all we can do there. No end step triggers. Pass turn. Untap, upkeep. No upkeep triggers. Draw a card. Let's see. Well, that's good to have in the back pocket. I don't know that, Squirrels really needs to do anything about that just yet. Plus I have that. 1, 2, 3, 4 for Acorn Catapult. We're totally going to tap Yon Acorn Catapult. Smacking Chatterfang for 1. Making a Squirrel, which ends up making 2. So there should be 4 that do not have Summoning Sickness, and now I have 2 new ones. have 3 potential mana. Okay. You do not have any forests, or do you? What does this say? It does count as a forest. Saigon Triome says it. So, Chatterfang has Forest Walk. So we can keep sending that over there. But I don't know that I really want to... Well, the Squirrels are all 2/2s. They're just going to, I'll lose too many if I swing in any major direction other than Shrines. And Squirrels really isn't concerned with Shrines right now. Because Landfall's doing a very good job of taking care of that. So 4 commander damage up to 8, and then 4 damage down to 30. I find it very interesting how this side of the board is like pounding down this side of the board, and it's just going to be a really interesting kind of foot race between the two of them as who can deal the most direct damage afterwards. But with a 14/14 trample, I don't think Chatterfang can do too much against that. There's nothing to really resolve, so yeah, pass turn. Untap. We've got a lot of mana. Let's see if I get some legendary creatures to do something with that mana. Okay, you know what? This could be useful at this juncture. So we're going to do 2 green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't have any other lands to play. Kamal's Druidic Vowed for 9. It's a legendary sorcery. You can only play a legendary sorcery if you have a legendary creature out. Thank goodness most of my creatures in this deck are. Look at the top X cards of your library. You may put any number of land or legendary permanent cards with converted mana cost X or less from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest into your graveyard. So that is tricky. But what did I say? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I can look at the top 9 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I can put them onto the battlefield. You may put any number of them cards with 9 value on the battlefield. So, Ghostly Prison, Soul Ring. Merciless Eviction has to go in the graveyard. That is not a permanent. Quicksilver Amulet. You may put a creature card from your hand on the battlefield for 4, similar to the Thermal Gateway. Korovori, God of Kinship. As long as you control 3 or more legendary creatures, they become a 6/6 and have Vigilance, which they all have Vigilance anyway. And I can pay a green and a 1 other and tap it to look at the top 6 cards of your library, reveal a legendary creature card from among them, put them into your hand, and the rest on the bottom in any library. We're also going to play Drana, Liberator of Malakir, 2/3, flying, first strike. When she deals combat damage to a player, put a +1/+1 counter on each attacking creature you control. Arcane Signet, Mirari's Wake, creatures get +1/+1, and whenever you tap a land for mana, it produces 1 more of that type, essentially. And Simic Growth Chamber, which I have to bounce this Plains back to my hand. What did we say? We said I didn't play a land. I'm going to play that Plains for turn. Wah, wah. Let's see. Here's something fun. Or can I? No, I can't. It's still not enough. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 I need. But I can do this at least. I will tap that for 2, 3 to play Fist of the Suns. Essentially, you may pay Wooburg rather than pay the mana cost for spell. So it's kind of the same as Quicksilver. A little bit costs 1 extra mana to get something out of your hand on the battlefield. But when you build a theme in the deck, you kind of want to have multiple cards that can do it. So if someone blew up Quicksilver Amulet or the Thramble Gateway, whatever the hell it's called, I still have, Fist of the Suns up me sleeve, as it were. Okay, now these 2 came in under this. Now he's getting the buff, so he has a 6/6, but they came in their Summoning Sickness. Whenever you cast a spell, now let's read Druidic Vow again. You may put any number. That's put, not cast. So none of these colors counted. However, I did cast that, so I don't know why I didn't put You know, because misplay, I'm stupid, that's why. But he got 1 green from that. Everything else I was playing was colorless. However, Dramatic Vow, whenever you cast a spell, it doesn't matter if it's permanent or not. So that green also bumps it. So Ramos Dragon Engine is 4, 5, 6, 7. It's a 7/7 flyer. Sweet. Yeah. Oh, how silly. What was I thinking? Right? Yeah, dumb. Dumb. Not doing that. I don't care about Fist of the Suns at this point. We're going to tap Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, and this for 4, tapping Quicksilver Amulet. You may put a creature card from your hand on the battlefield. Dumbass. Ah! And I hit the stupid friggin' rigging again, sorry. Playing Arvad and the Cursed. He's a 3/3, Death Touch, Lifelink. Other legendary creatures get +2/+2. Now, unfortunately, that's others. He doesn't buff himself, but I have enough legendaries on the field. Just checking the old camera. So yeah, that is great. Which means Ramos is buffed even more. Flyer, no flyers on the field. So we're going to go ahead and do some damage. Did I send Ramos somewhere before? Why does no one have any Ramos damage? That's odd. Oh, because everyone was kind of hammering in this direction. And I think I just played them last turn. All right, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 commander damage. Where should we send it? You've been poking me. And you just spent your commander. So yeah, 9 damage in this direction. 9 commander there. And you are at 31 life, my friend. Or my enemy. Okay, nothing else to do. Technically, I probably have like a floating white, but that's irrelevant at this point. I don't have anything that can use it, so we're good. Pass turn. Untap, upkeep, draw. I'm going to play an island for turn. All right, well, we kind of have to do this at this point. 1, 2, 3 to equip this mountain with New Horizons. When it enters, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control, so might as well, right? Why not? And this now taps for 2 of any 1 mana. What would I like to play next? Yeah, definitely. 2 green and 1 other to play Sanctum of Fruitful Harvest. Makes a shrine because it is a shrine off of Goshintai. At the beginning of your pre-combat main phase, which we've passed, add X mana of any 1 color where X is the number of shrines you control. Hey, we need some diversity in colors of mana right now if I want to do any of this stuff. Or even have like the slightest chance of getting alive. But I don't think I will. I don't know. Part of me feels bad that it feels like I kind of like forced shrines to take a dive. I really wasn't trying to do that. I just was like, I'm not going to give you a great opening hand. It's just a normal playable hand. It had 3 lands. Off you go. But it is what it is, and I even hate that phrase, but whatever. Pass turn. Untap. Lots of untapping. No upkeep triggers, though. Draw a card for turn. That still does not help me. Unfortunately, none of the cards in my hand help me because they are all search cards. So I'm going to, wherever the heck it is, look at the top card. Yay, it's a land. I'm going to play a land for my first land from Maisi. I'm going to then draw a card. Another search. I'm going to look at the top card of my library. No. I don't. Oh, I did play a land, so that gets a +1/+1. We're going to go ahead and tap 4 and tap her to Draw a card if you control 8 or more lands. I totally do. Draw 2 cards. 1, 2. Okay, okay. I will now play the second land for turn off of Aisi. That goes up. Any other actual landfall triggers? I do not. Draw a card off of that. Going to look at the top card of my library. So, oh, shoot. No, I can do that as much as I want down here. Woo! I was thinking I was doing off of that. It is a land. I've done 2 lands off of Aisi, but I can still play an additional 2 lands over there. Playing a land beefs him up, and I draw a card. It is a land. I'm going to play a second land off of her for Reliquary Tower. That beefs this up. I draw a card. All right. I'm going to tap Reliquary Tower for Soul Ring just because. Dink, 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 dink. All right, what is this? Oh, I have Reliquary Tower out. Ho, ho, ho. No maximum hand size. We're totally going to do this then. 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Commander's Insight for 7. Draw 7 cards plus 1 for each additional time you've cast your commander. I've done it once. That's 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay. What do I have? I have 4 mana open. I should probably leave that mana open just in case. I drew an Aetherize, which is, 4. I have it. Although, this doesn't actually tap for anything, so I don't... Well, I got it over here. Yeah. So if I leave a blue, and then these 2, right, that's the 4, and then 2, but I don't have any 2 drops. Nope, no 2 drops that I can play at least. Now, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Molo is up to 18. Horrible for everyone involved except for me. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and pass turn. No, I'm just kidding. Swing, obviously. I feel bad about, doing this. That is a 4/5. So it can't. Oh, but stacking could. Well, I guess we're gonna go. We're gonna go for it. I'm gonna swing both of these at you because if I can get rid of you, I can start playing some more stuff on my main phase too. And in fact, Territorial Scythecat came out last turn, right? So I can swing that too with Trample. 2, 4, so that's a 6. Yeah, this shrine can block. Well, yeah, there's not even a point, really. With that additional, that's 6 and 18. The 18 alone, if it gets through, is enough. Now, if I block, it doesn't. There's no real way to stop it. So, yep, shrines are dead. Sorry, I do feel a little bad. I feel a little bit like that may have been a cheap win or cheap death. But I don't know. I mean, there are times, especially in the past, where I would have taken that hand and just played it. Be like, I used to hard fast. If it's got 3 lands, I'm done looking. I play it. I have recently tried to be like, okay, let me mulligan a little bit more and get 3 lands and something to play within the first 3 turns. Not a perfect hand, not turn 1 Soul Ring into Arcane Signet into something else. Just 3 lands and like a 2-drop, or 3 lands and a Cultivate or something like that, where it's like, okay, turn 3, I can start playing. So that's how I used to play. but I don't know. A little feel bad, but you know, that is what it is. All right, they die. On main phase 2, I can now play things. So I will crack Evolving Wilds and get this forest. Comes into play. First of all, I have to shuffle the library. And you can see how thin it's getting because I'm playing so many lands. And I might not have that many lands left, honestly. But I draw a card off of Aisi. Then I can go ahead and tap a green for exploration. I don't know why I was sitting on that. I thought that was a thing. That was stupid on my part. I may play an additional land, so I will play a forest, which draws me a card. I played 2 lands, by the way. This goes up by 2 more to 6. Okay. I will, in fact, play these 3, or tap those 3 for Retreat to Kanzadu. Hang on, we gotta take some real estate over here. These are creatures, these are lands, and these are enchantments. Trying to spread this out. I do still have 3 mana open with that, which is nice. I may play 1 additional, so I've done all potential play more lands. Right? So unless I get something, I can't really play a land. Yeah, that's clearly what I should be doing. Hang on, where'd it go? There it is. Green on Arcane Signet +2 for Scoot Swarm. That's going to be crazy. And I can tap, untap. Yeah, you know what? So I'm going to tap her to untap 2 target lands. I will untap these 2 forests. Tap them again for Rampant Growth. Search for a basic land card, put on the battlefield tapped, shuffle library. It's going to be this forest card. And I will shuffle library. As you can see, it's getting very thin, very dangerous. And now we've got triggers. This is going to go up to 7. It's a 7, +7. I draw a card off of Aisi. Molomo's going to definitely be bigger. I gain 2 life. And I could put some... Well, you know what? You're right. We're going to put a +1/+1 counter on Molimo. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So we're already like going the crazy. So this is 21. Why am I putting it? Let's do it too. Stupid. 21. Not you. Oh my God. This was 7. Sorry. Come on. We're going fast, and now suddenly we've had to stop. 7. And then we make another one of these. Now that's going to be tricky to keep track of once it starts to really land ramp. But that is essentially all I can do right now. Past turn. Yeah, definitely looking like Landfall is going to do something, but anything can happen. Untap, upkeep. There are no upkeep triggers. Going to draw a card for turn. We're going to play a swamp for turn. I mean, that's yes, okay. Let's kind of do some stuff like that. I'm going to tap these 2 for Chatterstorm. Create a green squirrel token. Oh, it does have Storm. I keep forgetting that that's what the bulk of what that's supposed to do. The entire point of that... Nope, 6, not 4, not 8, 4. 6. So I got 6 squirrels that are ready. I make 1, and then Chatterfang doubles it to 2, so now those 2 are there. You're supposed to play Chatterstorm after you play a couple like low-cost spells or whatever to make a whole bunch of creatures, unfortunately. Because you copy it, but... I never have it in at the right time to do that kind of thing. So we've got a chance with Squirrels over here. You may not think so, but we does. We're going to move to combat. Totally going to send the Chatterfang in your direction. 4 commander damage. Lay Bink down to 36. And that is now so many dice. 4 commander for that. Slow and steady. I'm going to go ahead and tap this to deal 1 damage to Chatterfang, therefore making another 2, putting that at 4. So that's pretty decent. Get ourselves a nice army of defenders and stuff. Then we're going to go ahead and pass turn. Untap, upkeep, draw. We now have a common enemy at this point because that stuff is going crazy. Draw a card. Evolving Wilds. I don't know what basic I really need at this point, especially since I have so much mana. I'm not even going to concern myself with it at this point. Let's see. What kind of effects do I have, and do I need to concern myself with that? Right, my mana taps for double, which is nice. Creatures have to pay 2 to attack me, so that's nice. I'm going to go ahead and tap 1, 2, 3, 4, and tap that amulet to play Nixus Unshackled, 4/4 Flying Trample. When an opponent searches their library, that player sacrifices a creature and loses 2 life. Ooh, tough luck Landfall. Just when you got rid of one sacrifice or search library effect, something worse comes. Whenever another creature dies, put a +1/+1 counter on Obnixilus. I mean, I'll go ahead and pay 2 and 1 other to play Fists of the Suns now, finally, but it's kind of just to get it out of my hand because who cares? We'll go ahead and crack that just for whatever basic I find first. Right. Okay. Tap Mountain, sure. Sounds good to me. Shuffle up. Quick. Okay. Now, everybody except for Obnixilus is ready to attack. We've got 2 flyers, which is nice. Darn it! Stop hitting this stupid rig. Sorry, I didn't mean to freak out, but it's just I hate that. You know, I know it's already kind of shoddy patchwork construction. I don't want you, every time you guys are watching, oh, here comes the bump, there's the jiggle, you know, not that you're stupid, but you get what I'm saying. All right, so all of my creatures have vigilance and can tap for mana should I need it. They're all, except for you, are all getting +2/+2. When she deals combat damage, anyone that's attacking can get a +1/+1. They're getting +1/+1 off of this. What did I play? I played a colorless. And that, unfortunately, is you may put a creature card from your hand, so that did not trigger Ramos. It's a good way to get high-cost spells out or when you don't have the right mana combinations, but it does hurt Ramos in that sense. Okay. We're going to go to combat, obviously. Now, the question is, where do we want to send all this? Now, Landfall is a threat, especially with a giant 21/21 trample. And another little Hellcat, whatever that is, Scythecat growing every time there's a land drop. Thankfully, Obnixilus has stopped the potential search library thing again, but there's still a lot of chances for lands. So we need to swing in that direction. I don't know that this is worth swinging, though, because it's getting +3. It's only a 4/7. I mean, Oh, that's right, they have vigilance because of that. So I think really we just need to, but then again, if Drana hits, which there's no flyers over there, anything that survives will get a +1/+1 counter on it. This is only getting a 4, but it is a death touch and lifelink. But it's buffing everybody else really good. That's definitely one to go after if it swings. So we'll go ahead. We'll do this. All right. So first flyers. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 damage in the air. 10, and then 4 is 22. Nope, that's not 2, it's 9. 22 damage. And 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of it is commander damage. Oh my gosh, so many freaking commander damages to keep track of. Okay, 9 coming from over there. Now I have 2 on the ground. I have a 6, 7, 8, 9, and another 9, 9 on the ground. And a paltry 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. A 4, 7 on the ground. No. 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it's a 4, 7. 4, 7. A 9, 9, and a 4, 7. What do I have? I got 2. Now, nobody has trample, so I can just small block them. I kind of want to take advantage of that playing lands from the graveyard thing. Although, you just shut off searching libraries, which means Evolving Wilds and Terramorphic Expanse can once again no longer help me. So I might as well throw this under the little one. And then one of the Scute Swarms, or, well, if I throw the Excavator under the 9/9, I can take 4 additional, putting us to 18. I think that's probably your best bet. Now, drawn a hit, so that means everybody's going to get some counters. Well, everyone that attacked is going to get some counters. And they do have vigilance, so they are ready for the crackback. And we have to remember that they need to pay 2 just to attack us per creature, so that's good as well. Yeah, there's no after effects. I don't have any cards. A creature did die. 1 creature, so you get a +1/+1. Haha. Reading the card explains the card. Pass turn. Now, having said that, I probably missed something, and you guys are like, oh, you didn't read something. There. Ah, no, dang it. Will you stop? And then a whole crap ton of land is just going to go off screen because there's just too much of it. Too much, I tell you. Draw a card for turn. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of a... Oh, right, I can't search, so that's not going to help. But the rest of them can be... Yeah, that sucks, because that totally shuts off the searching again, which was going to buff up everybody nice and big. All right, so I'm going to play a land for turn. This is going to go a counter. We're going to put another counter on him off of the retreat. And I'm going to draw a card off of Icy. I guess I will tap 2 and 1 more to play Grazing Galeheart, Gladeheart. Whenever land enters the battlefield under your control, gain 2 life. That's going to be helpful. I'm going to second land for turn off of Icy. I'm going to play Vivid Creek. I have to bounce a land back to my hand, an untapped island. So once again, right. So first of all, that was a thing. Well, no, that's up to 4 because each of the 2 made another 2. This goes up to 9. Off of this is going to go up to that. I'm going to draw a card off of that. I'm going to gain 2 life back up to 20. And then these 4 are going to then each make a copy, right? Create a green set. If you, yeah, so that's going to just double to 8. All right. Now, I may play an addition. I played both lands possible off of this. I can play 2 more lands off of her. I will play Woodland Stream. Comes in tapped. This doubles up to 16. Now, of course, they have Summoning Sickness. That goes up to 10. That goes up to 24. I'm going to gain another 2 life. Up to 22. I'm going to draw a card off of Aisi. Yeah, we almost don't even need the search library things because I'm going to play another island for turn off the second Azula. Oh, that's going to be big. This goes up to 11. Crank it up to 11, man. Woohoo! That goes up to 25. I go up to 24 health. That was off of that. I draw a card off of Aisi, another land, sweet. Then we're going to have 32 of these little guys. Right? Now, we do have to bear in mind, it's like, oh, this is great, 32 of these 1/1s we're going to own, except we have to pay 2 mana per creature to attack. So we have to be strategic about what goes in that direction. Yes, I have a ton of mana. I do not have 2 mana for 32 creatures mana enough. I played both lands off of that, both lands off of that. I can still play 1 additional land off of Exploration, which I will do. That goes up to 26. That goes up to 12. I go up to 26 life. 32 now goes up to 64. I may be doing that wrong, but I don't think so. It's basically every Scoot Swarm is going to make a Scoot Swarm. So they're just doubling. They're not exponentially growing. They're doubling every time a land comes in. Right? Because when a land enters the battlefield, make a 1/1 insect. If you control 6 or more lands, create a token that's a copy of Scoot Swarm instead. So I have 1. I make another Scoot Swarm. A land comes in. Each Scoot Swarm makes a Scoot Swarm. So that puts me at 4. Now 4 will make another 4, that's 8. 8 will make another 8, that's 16. Yeah, they're just doubling. I just want to make sure I'm doing it right, and not like messing up the math. Although, again, it doesn't matter. At 64 of them, I don't think it matters. Now, regrettably, they do not have haste. So I, can't go swinging it over at Yawn Squirrely decks over there. But what I'm concerned with, now those are that's a lot of damage there to eat things up. That's the problem. That's absolutely the problem. So what do I have? Do I have any kind of solution? Guess I should have played that earlier. That does not have trample. See, that's the problem. These are all search cards for real this time. Yeah. We'll tap these 3 to play Bonner's Ornament just to play it. I know this is way too late, but I'll play this for Hedron Crab. I should have played that much earlier and gotten like a good target player. I could have had, Legendary's mill like 12 or, 16, 15, whatever cards or something. All right, so the nice thing is I do still have the Aetherize. But they have Vigilance. The problem is the Vigilance. If they would just swing and it's like, oh, I gotta have to kill you. Oh, nope, Aetherize. Well, actually, that returns attacking creatures to our hand. So that is still something to consider. We'll hold off that in that sense. I don't want to swing just yet. So let's see where we stand. Puka. That's why I shouldn't have combined them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So 24 lands, but that's not, I'm forgetting all of the times I played the lands. let's see, I was at 18, so I gained 2, 4, 6, 8. So I played 4 lands for sure. Well, I played 5 lands. We know that. We know I played 5 lands. So that means this should actually be down to 21, right? Which makes sense. So it's 24 off of the lands alone. And then there was another 5 from the actual +1/+1s given by that. There's probably another one of those, at least one of them I think I did last turn, remember, which is why it was 21. But the math is still right at this point. It's 29-29 with trample. Any kind of targeted removal is going to just blow that up, or a board wipe or something would be nice with 64 guys. And that's something that Squirrels have to contend with, because these are definitely going to go in that direction next turn, since they can't go over there. I'm not going to attack right now. We're going to try and rope-a-dope, as it were, past turn. Untap, upkeep. No upkeep draw things. 6 and 4. We've got 10 Squirrels that are good to go. Draw a card for turn. Anything crazy? Yeah, that's helpful. We're totally gonna do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna drop this to 9 and drop that out to Gem Razor, mutate that squirrel and blow up your ghostly prison. Because when this creature mutates, destroy target artifact or enchantment. Boom. Hey, Landfall dude, go to town over there. Don't worry about me. Going to tap a swamp to tap this to deal 1 damage to Chatterfang, making 2 squirrels. Bink, bink. Now, I did just say, go fight over there, so if I send Chatterfang at you, kind of gonna defeat the purpose there, and kind of gonna get some backcrack. But I'm gonna do it anyway, because I know what's in my hand. 4 forest walk that you can't stop, so that's 8 commander damage. And that might be the sneaky way to win. This is going to be really crazy if that's what happens. That's down to 22. Pass turn. Because there's nothing else I can do. No end step things. We're going to untap. Untap that one. I don't have anything. I'm going to draw a card. I'm going to go ahead and where do I have some green? Arcane Signet for 1 green. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature or land card from among them. Put them in your hand. I don't have, just Gruul Turf. So wait a second. And the rest on the bottom in any order. So these go there. Please don't spill all over the freaking ground. Mountain back to my hand. Okay. Now, we have nothing else to do, unfortunately. I can't crack anything to draw cards. I can't do anything like that. Did anyone die? Well, only off of mine, because he didn't attack. So yes, no one died. I didn't sacrifice any squirrels, so nothing like that happened. Okay, good. Yeah, now from my standpoint, what would I do? I know he's got a crap ton of cards in his hand. He's got tons of blue mana open. We all know blue means counter spells, bounce spells, aetherizes. Like, we know that's a thing. If you see a player with blue mana open and they have cards in hand, you shouldn't trust them. So what does that mean? Do I send these guys over there? Now he can swing 64 1/1s at me. I'm dead. Everybody's dead. Landfall has this on their turn. So again, is it a go out swinging? Or do I swing at squirrels to try and make them a better target? Right? Because if I hit squirrels for a bunch, but at the same time, I mean, we've got 2 different trample creatures. One's 29, one's 12 or 14. Those 2 swinging in on squirrels and maybe a bunch of the others. then 64 1/1s over here. He can just kill everybody. So there's no real point in holding back. I can't stop 64 anything. So it might as well be a swing the board situation. Unfortunately, it's like, yes, I swing the entire board at you. Are there any kind of trigger effects? No. But unfortunately, they're going to be like, yeah, I figured that. 1, 2, 3, 4, tap 4, aetherized, return all attacking creatures to their owner's hand. All of these counters go away. And all of these go back to my hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I don't actually have to discard down. But I do have quite a bit of mana. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1 floating. Ramos. Let's see. 1 floating. And green. And a green with a blue floating now. For that. Oh man, I don't even have any more spin downs left. Green off of that. Wait, where did... Oh. I'm like, why was that in my hand? I didn't bounce any lands, other than this mountain. Okay, so I have 1 blue floating. And then I have this stuff. Oh, I can also... Yeah, that's... 1, 2, 3, 4, tapping that to play off Nixless. It doesn't cast, so I don't get a buff off of it. Although, oh shoot, I forgot. My mana taps for double. Shoot. That's going to affect a lot of this. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for Ramos, right? Why was all of this tapped? Oh, I did that for the Adventurous Impulse. To play the bounce land, which is why I have the mountain in my hand. Right. So that means I'm going to tap this for 2 green, plus the 1 floating for that. Gets the plus on there. Why do I have these in my hand? Stop putting them in my hand. It makes you look like you're cheating. I mean, you guys know, I mean, it's on video, so you know I'm not, but still. Okay. So this is going to tap for 2 green and a blue, and then I'll tap this, well, for 1 other to play that. Right. Oh, right. I'm forgetting about the thing. 1, 2, 3, 4 with a white floating. That is the tap for Quicksilver, which plays off Nicholas. Okay, so now I have 1 white floating. Gonna tap that for 2 black, the white floating, and then 2 others. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for Arvid. That's another 2 colors. Unfortunately, I do not have enough or the right colors to cast what's your face, Drama. But I mean, all of this was kind of for naught. We know that. But go ahead. So pass turn. You gotta remember, these are exercises in trying to play things properly and what to do. All of this untaps, upkeep, draw. Yeah, this is gonna be crazy. I'm gonna play Forest for turn. So that's another land, which makes that go up, but then I'm gonna put the plus on there, so that's that. And then, oh, vey, we're gonna make another 64 of these. Here, we'll just, that's the plant token. So that's Scoop Swarm. I do gain 2 life. I draw a card. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Yeah, that's something we want to play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're gonna tap 5 to play Unnatural Growth. At the beginning of each combat, double the power and toughness of each creature you control until end of turn. Oh my god. That's insane. That's, you know, 100 and some 2/2s. And you're gonna, well, who should mill? Really? That's still 30 some life, right? Yeah, 30 life versus 31. You're both high. We're gonna go ahead and mill you. 1, 2, 3. Okay, these are all untapped, ready for stuff. I mean, I have a lot of lands, and this is what's dragging. The game was going nice and quick. Now, this is the problem with Landfall, is it does start to get really, you know, dragging down because I can play so many lands and then draw so many cards and do so many things. Now, thankfully, I still can't search, which would give me way more land drop options. So we're going to play these 2 lands. It's going to gain me 2 life up to 28. It's going to draw me 2 cards. Okay. I already get, so that's the 2 off of Aisi and 1 off of there. This, I actually missed this one, so that's 3 pluses on here, up to 15. 2 more lands there is the 27, and then 2 more counters. Oh my goodness, another, that's 8. Here, we're just gonna co-opt this dice since that's done. I probably missed a thing, but that's fine. Well, another 6 cards. Mill. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. All right, so I can play 1 more land off of Azula. So I will play that land. Again, 2 more life. 31. Draw a card. I know what I'm forgetting. Don't worry. Another 3 mill. 1, 2, 3. This goes up to 16. That goes up to 28. That goes up to 9. These are just exponentially crazily big. I don't even like, what, 6 and 6, 120. So they were at 128, but I don't want to, like, I need them open. But yeah, I mean, just stupid numbers is what it is. Whatever. And then fortunately, we've got a bunch of searches. We can play, nope, tap these to play Gretchen Titchwillow. I can pay 4 to draw a card. Not right now, because, or actually, yeah, it's pay 4, it's not tap. You may put a land card from your hand on the battlefield when you draw a card. So again, I could keep going. I know it's coming, and we don't want to make this drag out too much longer. So we're going to combat. I am going to swing 64 1/1s or 2/2s because we go to combat. Everything's power gets doubled thanks to Unnatural Growth. Each creature double the power and toughness. So 64 2/2s at you, and then let's see, that's 38, and 18. Whatever, who cares about the butt? Well, it would come into effect if they were blocking, but yes. 30 and 18 doubled trample coming at you. But, I'm going to tap 2 and sacrifice that forest for constant miss with buyback. Buyback means sacrifice a land, and you can put this card back into your hand instead of the graveyard. Creatures deal no combat damage this turn. Saved your life, saved my own life. Shrug it. He's like, well, crap. There's probably some stuff could do, blah, 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 let's speed this up. Pass turn. Untap. Upkeep. No upkeep triggers per se. We're going to draw. Well, I mean, it's just like a bajillion things going on. I don't think it matters at this point. We only got 2 shots at it. 4, 4, another 8 to 16. It's just not going to be enough. That is an instant. So, yeah. We're going to go to combat. Oh, right. What am I thinking? This effect. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, doesn't help all that much, but it gets +1 +0, so 3, 4, 5. Should have tried. I don't think I had enough mana to do that last turn. Yeah, so 5, 4, commander, unblockable. So you're going to go up to 13 commander damage. Take 5 to 26, I believe. But unfortunately, that's all we can do. It's still not going to be enough to get through. Very unfortunate. Pass turn. Okay, unless I draw a forest, there's no way to stop this. Untap, upkeep, draw for turn. Everything taps for double. So 2 black and 1 other to play Drana. That goes up by 1. Then we'll just do 1, 2, 3, 4, tapping that to play Usurper. You've seen him last game. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to the player, you gain life equal to that creature's toughness. So, wow, this is a whole... I was kind of thinking... well, that's kind of the negotiation point, huh? Sorry about that. Well, they don't have vigilance, so these are tapped. But there's still like 100 and some, way more than 100 and some, probably 200 and some untapped little dudes. So all we can do is swing the 3 flyers. Nope, that does not have haste, so 2 flyers. Let's see what kind of boost they get, right? They do have vigilance. They're getting the buff there, and that's only off of her. That's that buff. All right, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oof, sorry. So 4 and 5 is 9, 10, 17, 18, 19. So 19 in the air. Sorry, couldn't help it. So yeah, 19 in the air at you. You can't block it. You don't have reach, I'm pretty sure. I don't think, I guess I should check. Let's see if I have any kind of stop spells, any counters or like more things. No, these are all search spells. So yep. 19 damage in the air, cannot stop it. It's essentially 20. So that makes us down to 7 life. Now, here's the thing. I no longer have... Well, there is Forest Walk off of that thing. These are not tapped. These are whatever. But thanks to what's-his-face, I gain life. I gain essentially 20 life, so that's 49. So yeah, it's one of those things, right? Now, here's where politics would kick in, because I can't do anything else. There's no end of combat triggers or end of turn, so I pass turn. Now the question is, what can Squirrels do? Squirrels can clearly constant miss with buyback 2 more times. Depending on what happens, and if I draw a forest, that could be enough to kill him on commander damage. It is not enough to kill that on commander damage. And they all have vigilance, they all have lifelink now. The only person that can kill legendaries is Landfall. So now Squirrels or Landfall, one of them would probably try to initiate a bargain and be like, hey, look, if you promise to only swing at legendary, I won't constant mist. I'll let you go ahead. But if you swing at me with anything, I constant mist and legendary is going to kill you. But I can't kill you. But I mean, well, that's true. I forgot he's down to 7 life. So Squirrels can win on the next turn. However, there's options. Like I could draw into some sort of destruction spell and take out Chatterfang. There's a chance I could do something. I mean, I may be able to do something right now. Technically I can, I think. So that's true, I can. So, yeah. Regardless, I think Landfall would try and negotiate that deal. Be like, hey, look, if I promise to only swing over there, don't constant mist. And Squirrels would be like, you're sure? You're not going to send anything at me? I'm like, I'm not going to send anything at you. Squirrels would be like, yeah, I mean, I can kill you. I got enough land to, 2 more hits of 5, you're dead just on death. Don't even have to worry about commander damage. So, okay, go ahead. Landfall or Legendaries is like, dude, come on. But, okay, so that goes through. Just send everything. No constant mist. No options there. What's this card I had? That was the mountain? Nothing, yeah. So just an overrun of like 300 or 400 freaking, maybe not 400, but 300 and some freaking 2/2 Scoot Swarms plus giant trampoline dudes. So bam. Legendary's dead. This doesn't matter. That don't matter, I think. Okay. Right. So then, this is all untapped as well. So right, this is all tapped and attacking. Nothing I can do. But here's the thing. It's like, I promise not to swing at you. Right? I guess second main phase. Hey, I can search now. Second main phase. I'm going to play Prodigal Sorcerer. It's a 1/1. I can tap to deal 1 damage to target player. That might help at some point. And then, to be fair, I would then play Kodama's Reach, Farhaven Elf, Search for Tomorrow, and Fabled Passage. I didn't draw a card. So draw a card, which is, in fact, a forest. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 land triggers because I can play this one and this one that goes to the hand off of Aisi. The other one goes straight to the battlefield. Fabled Passage off of Azula, and then the cracking Fabled Passage, it comes in. Search for Tomorrow, that just goes on the battlefield. So I'm not even. So 1, 2, 3. Oh my gosh. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I said 6. So drawing 6 cards. And I guess, I'd have to shuffle in between. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The reason I'm not concerned is because I have a win con in my hand and there's enough pieces on the board that theoretically Chitterfang's not going to understand. So I'm going to save it and just, I placed the last piece on the board. I play a bunch of these other things I just drew, like Land of War, blah, blah, blah. Gain a bunch of, so that would gain, what, definitely 6 lands, 2 health per land, that's 12. That puts me back up to 19. So right off the bat, Chitterfang can't kill me again. And I have some other options. And that's like, pass turn. And he's like, ah, crap, you gained enough life that I can't kill you again. That's not cool. I draw a card. It is a forest. I play it. So guess what? That buys me another turn. Haha. For a constant miss with buyback. I think just because, like, you don't want to freaking, like, 1, 2, 3, 4 to play Death Sprout on this thing. Destroy target creature, search your library for a basic land card, put it in the battlefield tap. So guess what? I would get a forest, which would totally buy me time. Because now that's 1, 2, 3, 4 more turns. 4, which means 4 more forest walks of minimum of 4/4. That's game. That's, you know, commander damage. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do that, dude. I can't pay the thing again, but I'm gonna swing for 4. That puts you at 17 and down to 19 minus 4 is 15. And this would actually be higher because I would play a bunch of more lands and such. Probably quite a bit higher, probably somewhere in the 20s. And there'd be a ton, like a ridiculous amount of freaking Scoot Swarms and whatever. But the point is, one more swing of Chatterfang, which I now can do. Well, I actually could have done anyway. Didn't realize it was that low. So yeah, you can't win. Well, we think, Squirrels thinks you can't win. I've got this. Pass turn. And I'm like, yeah, that looks pretty bad. Like I said, we're gonna pretend these all got played for the most part. Except I'm going to, you know, draw a card for turn. It's a Blighted Woodlands. I wouldn't even care. Like, I would play it. I'd just keep it. Then we're gonna tap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to play Ashia, Soul of the Wild. Ashia, Soul of the Wild's power and toughness are each equal to the number of lands you control. Non-token creatures you control are forest lands in addition to other types, which means all of these creatures are now lands, forest lands. And so Aisha's power, Aisha, is like through the roof. We know it was at least 29, 28 lands, plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're in like, it's like a 30-something creature, which would double every attack combat. Now, it doesn't have trample or haste, but that's not the point of why it's in the deck, really. Because now that these are all forests, guess what? I'm going to tap oh my gosh, the Sorcerer. Yeah, I can't speak. I'm going to tap it to deal 1 damage to you. Chatterfang, you're down to 30. Chatterfang's like, okay, whatever. I'm then going to tap Layweaver to untap 2 target lands. Well, guess what? Sorcerer and Layweaver are both forest lands now. So I'm going to untap them. Squirrels, you know, Chatterfang's like, oh no. Oh yes. Vegeta, yes. I will now continue to tap and untap these 2 cards 30 more times and kill you. Game over. Squirrels. And Squirrels are like, that's not combat damage, and that's where the heck? Oh. Right. Well, let's see. Let's read it, because there are some creatures deal no combat damage. This isn't a creature dealing combat damage. This is just a creature dealing direct damage. There's no stopping it. I mean, there's plenty of ways to stop it, but they don't have any ways to stop it. Well, let me check again. I didn't look at the second card, right? We gotta pay attention. Second card was just a Cloakwood Hermit, which just, it's that background enchantment thing. So yeah, boom! Dead. 30 direct damage. Bah, 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 bah. That is the one super secret combo that's in this deck. One of the reasons why I like it, because you don't have to tutor, because hopefully it goes off like this. You're drawing so many cards off of so many lands, you just get them. And if you can play them without anybody really paying attention, like specifically if you can play these two onto the board without someone worrying, like paying attention and blowing them up, then next turn you just drop Isaiah or whatever her name is, and that's it, game over. Because you can just keep doing it and wipe an entire table of people, just boom, 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 because you just keep tapping and untapping, untapping and untapping. Infinite damage. It's an infinite combo, obviously. One of the few that I run in any decks, because this like legitimately wins. It's not, and it can be stopped, but if you don't stop it, if there's no way for anyone to remove one of the three pieces, blowing them up, bouncing them, anything, if you can't stop it, I win. There's no, I make infinite mana, I go through, lets me play my entire deck until I find a win. No, it just wins. It's a machine gun, it goes brrr, you're dead. I have the same thing in Dina with the whole loop of you take damage, I gain life, you take damage. It just wins. There's no delay. There's no, I don't have to play anything out to prove it. That's 15 hours worth of steps. And, you're just hoping that everyone at the table goes, okay, yeah, I guess you got that. And, no one makes you play it out. Because if we do make you play it out, it's like literally an extra half hour of us just watching someone play Magic. And in the hopes that they screw up enough that somehow the loop stops, and then oh no, and it's like, sorry, we saw that, you messed that up 3 moves ago, you can't take that back. That kind of thing, which I've seen it happen. There's been people with infinite combos that have screwed them up and lost the game because of it. But anyway, so there you go. That's one of the hidden treasures in Landfall, which I would have preferred to actually use against real people, but it's cool that you guys got to see it. I was actually sitting on that for quite a while, because I kind of didn't want to show it, but I'm like, well, it would be, with Squirrels about to win, it would be stupid for you to have a win con and not use it. That would be another take a dive situation. It's like, I'm not gonna do that. So, and like I said, that wasn't supposed to be a take a dive situation for Shrines either. But there you go. Match 3, Landfall wins it all. Unfortunately, I believe Shrines is our best of, which is awesome because I do love that deck, but I love all my decks. They're all really fun. I just would like them all to play a little better against real people. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. As always, if you're watching, I really greatly appreciate you watching. If you got friends that are into Magic, maybe tell them about this channel and see if they like it as well. But I'm not going to do the whole push blow. I hate when people do that. It's 2022. You know how to work YouTube, so you can do stuff if you want to do stuff. But I hope you learned something. I hope you had fun at least. Hope you saw some, me being goofy or whatever, and it made you laugh. Or you just saw some cool ideas that maybe you want to play. Maybe you want to do that 3-card combo in a blue-green deck that you have. All right. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you next episode.